follow is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. Let's flash back to 2023, Super League Week 3. In comes two players from the same state. Let's start it off with the Gangsta. It may not be paradise 2 years ago, but so far in 2025, it's been sort of paradise. Maybe not that exclusive run, that eclectic run he's waiting for, but a great start to the season for the one known true Gangsta, the OG, Peter Anjak. And now he enters another Sweet 16, this time in the scientific mode, as we have a sci-fi movie on the channel with some butter on that popcorn. And for Gold, it's the Renaissance. 2 years ago, what did Gold do? Not only win T3, but take the league by storm. And for Gold, vivid memories of that game were happening with Peter. Let's not forget, Gold was a clear favorite in Super League 23, especially the group stage. And what did Gold do? Rattle 3 straight off to tie the series with Peter and get that split 1 point. That was then. Tonight, there's got to be a winner. It's the Prairie State Showdown. It's Peter Gold Part 2. And it happens now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Peter versus Gold. Gold versus Peter. However you slice it, it's a battle of Illinois. It is going to be an electric atmosphere. Both these two know each other. The styles are going to be great. But first, let's get to that crazy schedule today. There's only 2 games, but the first came today. Let me tell you something. Was not there. I had talked to both the players, Short, Beth. Let's call it a podcast. It was a 3-hour episode. Let's call it that, of a podcast. That's really what the game was. Back and forth, crazy haymakers, but somehow, some way, it was Acosta making his first E8, joining the likes of Matt Johnson and Sean R. to get into that E8. More on those guys later. We'll go into that match preview. It's pretty simple right here. For Peter, 4-2. For Gold, 2-2. What's the trend saying? Well, the trend is saying we're 4 for 4 on guys that have went 0-2 to get to 3-2. Unfortunately, tomorrow, one of them will have to break in terms of Brad and Brock because they're both entering at 2-2. But this is the last real true battle of someone just 0-2 trying to get to that 3-2 without the other playing being 0-2 as the other end of the opponent. This should be a good one here tonight. And of course, for Peter, a lot of momentum this year. Looking to get back to Super League Gold. Same thing. Missed it last year, trying to get back. This is the start of it. It's a massive matchup. It has playoff atmosphere tonight. Let's go to that pod. And as I said, it's pretty simple. Peter wins. He'll get home. We'll run it there. Gold wins. Well, Ard will get home, and what a story that will be. It'll be either be Ard and Gold for the first time matching off, or it will be Peter versus Ard, the trilogy, round 3. Let's not forget, both of those matches went 7. It's 1-1 in the series. Something's got to give. It's the popcorn region. Let's get to the scene. Joining me in the booth will be my main man, Pro Check Art tonight, checking in, absolutely back on a heater after being Sanford, and then, of course, our 2 players, Gold and Peter. Pro, it's good to have you in the booth, buddy. It's pretty simple. You have 2 things to analyze today. 1, the player art. You got to analyze which player you're going to play in the next round. But 2, as a commentator, what are you looking forward to with these 2 players? We've seen this match before. Let's not forget, 2 years ago, as the Super League 2023, it was a 3-3. Peter known for that gangster number efficiency. Gold known for those explosive runs. What are we going to expect tonight? Because it's been a crazy day so far in only 1 game.
Well, here's the thing. You were talking about how this was like back at Super League. in 2023. Believe me here, folks, these two players have grown a lot bigger than what they had done 2 years ago. These two have brought it back around. This matchup could have been tremendous. And it's going to be tremendous here. If you're looking for something that does bring in the popcorn, this is the matchup to be waiting on. This is the game that's going to really spice it up. And it's only one way to really see who can really step out ahead of these two.
Well, we might as well put some cayenne pepper, maybe some ghost pepper sauce in that popcorn. It's going to be a spicy one. Prairie State battle should be an electric one. We'll go down to our players. We'll start it off with the gangster himself. Both players should be able to talk. Peter, it's good to have you back. Obviously playing gold. It's been a while. You have a lot of respect. We vividly remember you said you learned a lot from gold, of course. In a sense, maybe took some tips from the back in the day on the old bot. Now it's a new bot. We know there's been a lot of changes. The league moves at a quick, rapid pace, sometimes scientific and in space. What do you expect tonight from Gold? What have you been studying in his 2 wins, and what can you do to not only use that number efficiency to you, but have 3 or 4 different looks, especially when we get down to that red zone area, 3 to 4 cards, that maybe makes the audience go have a wow factor moment. Talk to me through the mindset tonight.
Looks are goods and runs are good as well. I mean, when you get down to that red zone, like you said, any player in this league, gold, anybody, any of the field of 64, they can pop off runs. So you always have to expect that. It's all about balancing offense and defense. And it is a new bot. It's been a long time since I played gold, but I feel like I'm a new player myself. So I feel like going back to my games back then 2 years ago, they seem alien to me. I'm changed, and I think I'm better, but it's only one way to find out here in this series.
That is true, buddy. It really has been a long journey. Of course, Peter, one of the OGs, one of now 6 players left, really, that has started every tournament. So he's been around the block. I've always known him as a guy to adjust to change and adapt to the league. We'll see what he can do to go. Now, it's this simple. Great run so far. We know what you can do. Your record in T3 is pretty stupendous. Let's put it this way. You had the 5 wins, of course, when you won the tournament round 32 straight up. So that's 5-0 right there. You lost last year at Albion, 5-1, but now you're 7-1 in this specific T3. A lot of people have names to numbers, right? KT and March, synonymous. Golden T3, synonymous, for example. Brad even, he's never lost in T3. He's here tonight. What makes you special in this one tournament? But more importantly, how much respect do you have for Peter, knowing that he has changed, you've also evolved? And what's going to be the battle lines before we get into the match, knowing the pressure's now on you? It's like a tennis match. It's your serve to match these 0-2 guys to get the 3 wins.
I've got plenty of respect for Peter. Peter is, well, he's been around a long time. He's one of the GOATs. I haven't doubted his changes. I have, as hard as it's been, I have to accept that I cannot go off of what I used in Super League to take a 3-3. I have to have changed, and I think I've changed my fair share. I think I don't know exactly how this will pan out, but I'll feel it as soon as we start playing, I think.
You'll feel it, right? The adapt and change. Appreciate that, Gold. And that's what I'm saying, Art. We see it with this bot. There's no 2 games are the same. The meta is going to change. The feelers are going to change. I wasn't there today, but maybe something like a 15-minute game one's the perfect recipe. We just don't know what's going to happen. That's the beauty of this league. That's the beauty of this spot. What are you expecting in game 1 before we start here? Because I think the fact that both have said they've evolved from that 2 years ago match, where really the match had changed anyway because a tie was existing. There's no tie tonight. Talking about the mindset shift and also the adapt and change. Because you've also had to adapt your style too, compared to, let's say, 2 years ago.
Yep, that's something to really think about there. I think it's just going to be something to just watch and see. You can't just throw it out there and see if it sits. Because there's no way to really point it out.
That's really it, man. We got to call it like it is. We got to get down to business. Let's get down to business. Caesar is our ref. It's a best of 9. That's 4 twos and a 1. Let's get it down to business. We are already a little bit behind schedule, but we're back in the building. Let's get to it. Gangsta, I've been on this call so many times for your home games. Here's another one. Game 1, Prairie State Battle, Illinois versus Illinois. What we doing, my friend, for G1?
Well, there's a lot of numbers to pick from, and if you know me, you may know where I'm going. I'd like the number next to Gold's name on the bracket, 14, double OG.
All right, double OG. We know Peter's a guy for the showmanship. We're just going to have to ping Jay probably. So, or someone ping him.
I think George's going to take care of that.
Now, you know what? Maybe give Caesar a night off. Let's have a good one here. It's KTR in the booth. 14 cards. Let's get it underway. Prairie State Battle. Illinois versus Illinois. Here we go. Short loads up. He'll say his good luck. Go Illinois stuff. Let's find out. Of course, we have one Illinois fellow native in there with Matt Johnson and a
Whoa!
How about that, Art? A little firework action to start us off.
Jeez. Free choice.
Well, we talked about the fireworks. They've started already. We said before the call.
We started off with a bang.
Yeah, that's always fun when you get those free choices, man. It's it really makes you think about, okay, where do I go from here? I got free board, and you can really take it to another level. Let's see what both will do. Like I said, Mac already from Illinois in there. We got a Costa from New York. We got Florida in there with Myth. We already got a lot of variety in the states so far as we go to Red 8.
Still going to go with the red.
We'll start it off with the red, the background character from the Gangsta. Number efficiency, that's his name. Gold, what's the answer to the game? Excuse me. Red Deuce into Zach. Peter on Jack now. We talk about the fade. We talk about the number efficiency, but sometimes playing it cool is just right as he rolls into Allen.
Especially with the start of this, is already a ditto here, and up over to the Nick 9.
Nick Knack over to 9, into the lane card. Here we go, Ard. Fireworks are beginning. Peter starts it off with the first switch.
And that's what this is something that we could kind of expect from Peter. He's going to start throwing those sorts of moods. And wow!
A haymaker, Clay and Gerard the grip. Triple play just like that. So now, here's the thing, Art. There's two series of thoughts with these haymakers. I'm starting to develop a notebook also as a commentator. And I'm starting to notice some of these plays are not plays to win the game, as we go to agree, but rather just to get your opponent thinking, do they have an actual good hand, or are they trying to force ammo on the back end? I'm interested to see how Peter adapts as he looks for a potential, double play right there, as he looks for a potential finish when we get to that red zone. I'm interested in that. Double up here. Into Vapor. Here comes Peter, looking for a fade. Let's see. Peter looking for a fade right now. Taking his time. He might have a monster hand. We've seen this before. Here he comes. Look at that. Oh, look at this action from Peter.
Peter is throwing triple plays out of the wazoo here.
I mean, he's had all the ammo. And now if you're Gold, you got to think two things. Do I want to go back to a color, let's say blue, or do you stick with it? He
goes to the blue.
There's the read. Here we go. Gold makes the break to blue. Did Peter use split chamic ammo? Same with Allen. The split chamic ammo Allen style? No. Great play from Gold to ISO. And now the question becomes, Art, you're playing Peter Rajak. What's the one thing you got to do? Close the numbers right. Use that card history. Let's see if Gold will figure it out or Peter flips out on the 5. Let's find out. Works so far.
Playing good.
So once again, already, Art, you can see a tortoise versus hare from the fans as we go blue 8. Peter, he's going to be the hare. Let's run it. Let's run to the finish. As there's the switch into the yellow with a regular wild.
Plays a wild here.
Gold may have had that switch anyway because of the yellow late, but Peter now makes the break on the yellow wild. What's it going to be? Is this an aggressive play to get the check? Looks for a topper. Let's see what he's got. Nope, just a 1-up this time. Here's the thing, all right. Peter's juiced. He's juiced on that blue, as we got Ditto. When do you make the break back to blue if you're Gold? Because Peter right now is still trying to beat his hair and run it. It could pop off at any moment. We go to Brock 1.
I would try to do it as soon as possible here, but I don't know.
Into the rip 0. Here comes Peter. Looking to sign his name on that dotted line. Half signature, or is it a full signature for game 1? It's a full signature, and Peter's up 1-0. Wow, I mean, let me see, Art. While you think of a question, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to go to Peter. Peter, a lot of action cards. Now, we were just saying on the broadcast, man, there's 2 signs when it comes to those +2s. 1, you use them early to maybe get your opponent off the game, hope for a back-end flush. Or 2, a sign of a monster hand. Was that a little bit of both? A little bit of, okay, I have these +2s. Do I want to get them off Celter and say, hey, I'm throwing those +2s. If I get a +4 back, it's more cards in my arsenal. And at that point, we hadn't even hit a draw city. You're comfortable? Or was it a little bit of both saying, okay, I have a good hand. Let's just play a little bit toward his hair. Let's be the hair. It's game 1. Let's try to push the throttle. Talk me through it.
Well, I think a lot of people know me for being conservative with my ammo and all about timings, all about chains. For me, I wouldn't consider it a stacked hand. It had +2s, a couple skips, a reverse in there, a regular wild. I didn't get that last yellow +2 until I got iced with the blue for a little bit, but I can't be predictable. I don't want to be a predictable player. And I felt like, I mean, a +4 off the bat, it's like, all right, this is the time to really turn it up and try something different. It's game 1, 1-0 wouldn't be the end of the world, but I'm up 1-0, so hey, I'll take it.
So that's interesting you say it wasn't stacked. So I got to ask Gold. If it wasn't stacked, Gold, I got to ask then, did you have any action cards to begin with? Because you didn't play anything really.
I had 2 reverses in the wild, I believe, off the top. I had nothing I could use to make him draw other than to try and ice him out, which I did. It worked until he picked up a wild. Still, it was not half bad from my end. I think there's a little more I could have done, but the cards did, I think, favor Peter slightly.
So Gold, was it really just isolation? You're trying to play isolation mindset throughout?
Yeah.
Yeah, or just interesting. That's an interesting comment right there, because we talk about experience in the league, right? We talk about an EXP, and Peter's saying he doesn't see a stacked hand without a classic +4. Personally, when I see a stacked hand, I think of the regular wild card. That's the first thing I think. When I get 1 or 2 wilds, I'm in heaven, right? But now in this game, you almost have to think every player is that good. You need a little bit of that element of luck. So I get where he's coming from. And if Gold just didn't have much to cook with, you just take it as is. And in a sense, the bot has played. If you think about it, the bot has played more +4 than these people. So that is one thing to know.
Yeah, you know, you got a point there, and really, that's what we saw there. It wasn't that there wasn't a +4; it was just the cards that were distributed kind of had more on Peter's likeness on trying to figure out stuff. Even though he had to draw a bit, it was still a pretty solid game on it for him.
Yeah, really good job, I think, from Peter to really use a little camo in the ammo, and you camouflage the looks, you keep it going. But it's a long series, Art. It's best of 9. You were there the other day. Go ahead, short real quick. See you unmuted. Yeah, everyone's got. That's the beauty of this league, man. And we talk about everyone's whether you're playing any sport, every driver, every player, every whatever jockey, whatever. Everyone has a different setting. Everyone has a different setup. There's not some people they need a +4 to win games. Some people just a couple wilds. Some people no wilds +4, just need +2s. Ask obvious. Some people reverse skip meta, and there's just some people don't have the hand, but they somehow find a way. That's the beauty
Lane.
of this spot. Right, Lane example. He's
against
usually
Clay,
Lane.
not against Pack.
No, well that was a different scenario, but
That's a different story there. That's a different story.
but that's another thing with composure too. But the point is, there comes a day where you almost have to play 6-7 styles, and if the bot gives 6-7 styles, we'll see how it adapts. But so far, it was a quick game for Peter. Game 1, Gangsta over to UG2. How we looking? What are we thinking? No 14. That's all for the rest of the night.
Usually back pocket it, but I'm done with the predictability. Full send game 2. Let's do it.
Wow. He ain't wasting time here. He is just gonna push it on full throttle and go.
Peter is not wasting time. Throwing the hammer, toast reverse. Let's roll. All right, this is aggressive. This is it. If Peter gets the job done, we're done with his. We're not going to have a game 9 full send. We get there, so that's the one thing that maybe Peter's looking. Let's try to live. He's got nothing here though. So Peter off the gas. I don't think he has nothing here, and here's why. Because these top deck draws on a 15, you either have two things. One, you really do have nothing, which I'm shocked, but I think it's just trying to steal a draw. What's that top deck? What's off the bot, right? What's off the bot? Sometimes it's a +2. Sometimes it's a skip. Sometimes it's that perfect +4. You just don't know off the first draw. I understand why you'd play that play as we go into a switch right here. Into the G1s and the Arias. Into a G3 to Radin now, and now Peter, once again, first player to make that switch. We saw it in game 1. This time he does it in game 2. Back-to-back, Gold runs to the LaPlante. And so far, I like what I'm seeing for both players. Chilling and vibing of what they need, but also not taking too much for granted as we go into a switch again in terms of just these crazy, crazy action cards. It's been kind of low-key on that right now. More calm before the storm. Go hasn't played one yet. No +4s. It makes things different. As Fitzwater's here. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Blue 4 now. Into gold. Here comes Peter the Gangsta. Peter already moving up to the B6 with the M. Classic. 2 up this time. Gold firing it with the pace. Let's see what Gold's got. Switching over to red. And there it is. Testing that red. Let's see if Peter can cope.
That's if he can. I don't know.
He will not be able to. So right now at this moment, barring a reverse hanging fruit or a skip hanging fruit, Peter's juiced.
Really, that would be perfect right now.
Now the question is, if you're Gold, you know Peter's weak. He doesn't have any red. Do you want to get out of the red? And that's what Gold is contemplating. From a player perspective, that's what you always got to contemplate. And there it is. Goes for the break.
But is that a mistake?
Well, right now, you have to think it isn't a mistake, because here's why. Because even if Peter throws ammo, you get cards, and the red is still juiced. So that's what Gold is thinking. In a player perspective, even if the ammo's thrown, the red's juiced. And see, that's fine, because you still know the red's juiced, and now the yellow may be juiced. It's trying to break out those colors and making sure you find the right reads in that red zone. That's the key. Now,
yeah.
Peter's going to have to figure this out with 2-color strap, potentially. That's going to be interesting.
And that's a bad sign for things here.
It's a bad sign, but this is the Gangster. He's one of the best in number of fish. Anything's possible when you got a Peter on Jack style in the game. Here comes Peter, looking to load up. There's another split ammo, but nothing to the finish. Just a classic double play. Gold to the channel, the 2 rooks. Gold looking to get down to 6, take the lead. Again. Gold loading up. Let's see. Taking time. Triple play of Gold zone. And just like that, Art got the lead into that red zone. In the Lara, in the Myth, in the Nick. Peter have all hard work to do again. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what it'll be from the Gangster now. Does he have a backdoor efficiency switch? Gold has set the pace. It's just a classic zero sugar to add. Here comes Gold. Plays the heat check wild. Oh boy.
Oh boy, that's a heat check.
Heat check from Gold at the top. Does Peter respond with the wild of his own? No, but he'll plus to it and saves it.
Play.
Yeah, great play there from Peter right there, Art. You got to think right there, +2. You sense a run, play it. You can't take him home with you. And Gold fades the all red. Wow.
Hold on now, that's interesting.
Fades the all red. That's got to be either a self ISO or a reverse end around with some red skip meta to finish, right? You got to think at some point. Here we go. Why would Gold fade the red to blue? Oh my goodness, I was right, but it's a draw.
Oh, he was close.
Oh, I'm gonna say that was not a good play at all.
But when you really think of it, the worst case scenario is Peter would have a reverse.
No. That's a cardinal sin of all cardinal sins of Uno. You can't do it that way.
Fitzy's saying he can't do it this way. I'm interested in that. Peter's taking his time here.
He's checking the log. He's just gonna check the log.
Peter checking the log.
Is he on cruise control here?
What?
What's he doing here? What's he doing?
Monkey, that's not a... Okay.
Monkey.
Just
Monkey,
a normal...
No, Monkey. I don't think you know how to play Uno correctly either.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
No.
that's him normally, so...
No, I think there's something wrong with the interaction. It's no one's fault. It wasn't working for a minute. That's what they're saying. It's working on my end.
Moving on from that.
Whoa!
Power play? That's it?
That is.
What? That's it. Power plays. Peter, what? Okay then.
Nice. That was fantastic on Peter's part.
I gotta ask, man. Early power play. You want the 2-0 to get some composure? No, I think it wasn't open, Brad. The game was. Oh, it was open. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even know. Well,
it was open. It was open. I trusted my fingers, but it was open.
Whoa. I gotta say, Peter, that's some balls right there, boy, to pull the power play game 2 on Gold. Do I almost have to think you want the 2-0 lead to start off? You want 2-0 lead just to play with a little bit of the throttle right? You had the buffer. If you lose one, hey, at least I got the 2-0. Is that why the power play was played there?
2-0's huge. I would never use it to go up a 1-game lead unless not in game 2. Not in game 2. If Gold won game 1, I would not have used it there at all. But to go up 2-0, huge. Especially in a series like this, where it's 9 games, best of 9, huge.
Okay, so my question on this game, more to you, because I think you really control. Once again, reverse skip, man, the opening draw. I was right to assume you were maybe looking for a steal a possession, maybe get a top decker to work in your favor. What was that opening top deck? We'll start there.
Let me scroll back up and see. I had the red +2 that I kept back pocket, really benefited me late game, but I really didn't have anything. I had 1 yellow card and it was a skip. I just wanted to see if I could get anything going, and I really couldn't. I had some good numbers that I could efficiency with off of green and blue, and just grinded it out.
So grind out win more once again. Low ammo style game. We'll see how it goes. Go excluding that call out, right? Because of course that's something that little hindsight moment there. What's up with the fade right there? You went from that red wild into. I was thinking maybe you had a little connector. I was right with the reverse skip meta, but it wasn't the fade. So what was up with that fade? Ironically, to go to blue off the red wild. Did you have something more, or why didn't it connect to the finish? I'm interested in that.
Oh, I had a finish for it, but then I got hit by the +2, and I had to reevaluate
Right.
what path I should take. And I decided, okay, I'll play the blue 7, and I'll go from there.
Right. So
I
more
will
of an
say I
adjustment. I
didn't
got
have
you.
a way to the finish there at the end, so it feels I'm okay with getting the power play out of the way.
Gotcha. Get the power play out of the way. Well, yeah,
All's
that's
fair.
all's fair in love and war in an interstate battle, right? Anything goes in these battles for sure. But let me go to. I got to ask here, Art, because this is an intrigue. This is intriguing because Peter has basically said, okay, I'm going to go to 2-0 gap. We know in the past, we've seen with the power play, it's starting to turn into this trend. We don't see power plays anymore to finish series. I don't think I'll have to ask short, but I'm assuming. No, actually, I don't have to ask short because I think when I was looking at the scoreboard when I got back, 0-0. The power plays were 0-0. I don't think either player used the game 9, right?
Yeah, no, but they weren't. Neither used them this early. They were probably about mid-series that they used them, but they were not this early at all.
Right. Not to the finish though.
They were. It wasn't to clinch the game. I'm pretty sure. What had happened in this situation was in that game was Ed used it to force a game 8 because he was down 4-2. And I believe Acosta used it to finish game 9 or maybe game 8. I used it to finish one of them. But I do remember Ed because we had made a point of the fact that it was less so it was more so trying to be a momentum swinger because he was trying to pick himself up facing elimination down 2 games.
Yeah, I don't think it was game 9 because you told me it was that crazy run to the. So it must have been game 7 or 8 or something.
I think because I think he used his. I'd have to look again, but I'm pretty sure that I know I can remember Ed's like the back of my hand right now, but Acosta's is like escaping me at the moment. I'll check on that.
Yeah, maybe like a game 5 through 7. Check that. But the point is, you can see the mentality is shifting. We don't see any more. Let's call it okay. Let's go to the finish, right? Game over type. We're starting to get to the point where power play is becoming more instinctual. Peter says, "I'd rather have the lead and play with the buffer." Talk them through that mindset change and how goal will adjust now with the advantage on power play.
Game 5, by the way. Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, when you really think of this, this is how the league has sort of changed a lot. It's people are using power play so early. They're not wanting to wait until you get into a clinching scenario, because that's sort of not good on strategy basis, because you don't know if you can get to that point. And really, for Gold here, just now thinking in the back of Gold's mind, Peter's lost his power play. I still have mine, but I got to use it wisely to at least try to get back into this series.
Well, this is going to be the key. It's the adjustments. This will be the first adjustment. It's a great segue. Gold, free choice. Peters used 14-15. No full sender. And we get to that game 9 if we get there, but you got a free board right now. What do we got?
8.
All right. Well, that's what you do, all right? You're not feeling it on the upper tier. What's the best medicine? Change that algo. Change it back with that lower start. 8 cards, crazy 8s from Gold Short's going to put it in.
Crazy 8s, and I like that move. A lot of people like to use it as well. Let's see if it works here with Gold.
Well, there's Peter himself. There we go.
Wow. What a way to get into that one.
Well, there we go. How about that, Art? Forget Peter. We'll go to Aria. Just like that.
Okay, so it's Gold with the switch.
Gold, the first one to switch in game 3. It's 2-1 the scoreboard for the first switches. Peter switches right back. Here we go.
Wow.
We go from Ghost into Logan, and just like that are the switching. It never ends with Peter Anja.
Whoa.
That's Peter, man. That's Peter Gangsta Anja. He's always gonna live and die by the sword, the switch.
That is always the case. It's a two-edged sword. One's gonna help, one is not.
Peter's juiced. Here we go, though. Here comes Gold. And the key here already got thick. No +4s for either player so far in this game. The bot has played more than these guys. That is going to be the one X factor. And they're drawing back
both
together.
ran out.
Gold, no +2s either. So it's been straight nothing for Gold all game. Let's see. On the reverse skips. But you don't need +4s, Ard. Yeah, go for it, Fitzy. Fitzwater.
Well, I was gonna say, unless Gold has a plus, might be hiding and saving it for last. He needs to get back in this fight.
Is Gold saving? We'll find out. Well, right now, this is where the one game you think are less cards as we go to yellow. You don't need it because you can somehow finish it on 4 or 5, man. 4 or 5 in the red zone. It can be all reverse skip. It can be +2. You don't need the +4s on lower stuff. It's just when you get to the higher stuff, you probably need 1 or 2 to really bounce off. I'm interested to see how this will play out. Now back to the red. Well, Art, we haven't stopped the ones, man. The one city has been going crazy.
Yeah, well, that just dried out the red ones.
Red one's juiced. We've seen a blue one, yellow one, green one. Poker City. Here we go. Gold juiced on the reds now.
Oh, this is perfect for Peter.
Well, for now, Peter has to play the right numbers, and he does it this time.
Oh, that's okay. Let's see what Peter can do here, though.
Yeah, Peter will still have the green, but I think Gold was looking for that ISO in green. How do you get around it? End around play. Let's see. Yeah, well, there's an end around switch in the blue, so Gold going tricky. Trip 7, pull the slots into Grim. From Ypez, in the lane, into Grim, pull it down. Let's go to the nearest casino. Here comes Gold.
Go buy a lotto
Quad
ticket.
7. Buy the lotto. Quad 7. 1 up to Camaro. Oh, man, we're going fire for fire. Gold looking to fire back. Possession arrow in the favor of Gold. Looking to get this back to a game 4, down 2-1. Peter looking to go up 3-0. Power play is juice for Peter. Gold still has it. Do you think about using that? I don't know. We'll see. Gold taking time. Is there a run to try to get this down at 2 or 1? You got to think, Guard, with Gold, it's a setup run. We talk about these players really good with these runs. Well, setup runs are going to be key in clutch. Here we go. Gold loading in. +2. Little split.
Nice ammo usage there.
Absolutely. +2 control. Or what are you seeing from both these players? You got to play one of these players. What are you seeing so far from your perspective, from a player perspective?
Player perspective, if I'm looking at this from a player, right now, I'm thinking, okay, I'm seeing how these are going.
Oh my God, there's a check from Gold.
That's a great move.
Yeah, great move from Gold right there. Now Peter in a toaster guy position. The problem is Gold's trying to crack Peter like an egg. Here we go. Blue.
Oh, he's got something.
+2. Is it in the back pocket from Peter, or is there just going to be something off the topper? +2.
Oh!
There's the nail. Is this a game from Peter from 7 deep? No, but it's a quintuple play. How about that? He flips the scoreboard.
Scoreboard flipper.
Not the check, though. Gold, 6 freshies. Peter. Well, we got Fitzy. I'm sorry.
I think it doesn't matter what Peter just did. I think he gave Gold a lot of ammo, I think.
Let's see. Here comes Fitzy. Is this the first +4 from Gold tonight? Let's see. Is Fitzy with the... No, not correct on the +4, but there is the ammo with the green. Not wrong yet from Fitzwater. Is that what Peter needs for the fish? He goes for the rinse well. The little classic fade. Does Gold have an answer, though?
That was beautiful.
Well, hold on. It's going to be more beautiful if Gold can get this serve right and answer that. It doesn't matter. The +2 saves the game. Oh, there's the answer back. Peter went for the gap, and there you go, Ard, right? Just like that. You go for the gap. Gold says, scoreboard flipper. How about that sum? 2-7. Double +2s to get the scoreboard flipper from Blue. That's incredible. You don't see it every day. That's some next level saving. That's some next level saving, Ard. And Peter, it's unbelievable. This is what you want to see. Back and forth, no +4s. We're going at it. No holds bar. That's solid Uno. Here comes Peter. Let's see if he's got a fire back. Yeah, that's unbelievable. That's just textbook for both parties. That's textbook right there, Art. That's textbook.
That is just beautiful.
We're learning stuff. We're learning new things every day, and that's timing, right? If you get a wild, it's an eye for an eye, right? And we're not even done with the game. We already got 5 billion questions in our head.
Same thing happened this morning between Ed and Acosta. One person throws a haymaker, and the haymaker comes right back at him.
Is it Chomik, though? Is this a Chomik split for the finish? That's the thing I have to think about now. Let's see. Big split with the Chomik card! Are you kidding me with the read? Are you
That was great.
What is that read is absurd. That is absurd.
That is unbelievable.
That is absurd.
Yeah. That's nasty.
Casey's on cruise control. Casey's on cruise control.
That's nasty, Reed.
School of Reads is always in session, Ard. School of Reads is always in session.
I called it. I called it. You're welcome.
He's the guy in the back of the class, just sitting back, just calling
Yo, he got the.
I was just thinking Chomik in my head, split ammo finish.
KT the professor, Ard. He the professor.
The professor is in the building.
He's learning stuff, remember?
I'm always learning, man. After 20
He's a
plus
professor
years,
that listens to his students. He learns from his students.
Always do. Always do. That's what a good pro does. Shout out Fitzy, though. He said Gold got the ammo. Let's go to Gold right away. Gold, what was that ammo return after Peter gave the initial blue +2 hit to get your first +4 tonight?
After all of that, I look into my hand. It's like, oh, that's 2 +2s and a +4. Incredible.
Oh, Fitzwater, nasty read, and then you got the block spring. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Let's get back to pro mode here. Gold, I got to ask you. Obviously, a billion questions going through my mind. The first thing I'm going to ask is, was that a little bit of a bait play to use that triple play, that blue 2 to Brad? Did you almost want to force cards back considering you had those +2s in the back pocket? Talk me through that. Why make that initial split ammo claim? Maybe not to finish the game, but to get Peter almost guessing and use some of his ammo up. Talk me through that.
With the split ammo, I was... Well, with earlier on with getting Peter to use the +2s, I saw the potential for a run, but I also figured I could use this ammo now and effectively free myself of any restrictions of following a chain. I can, because my last hand there was the regular wild. The last card there, I figured free myself from those restrictions. I can end it however I want, and if something happens, I save that for myself for later. Then when he hit me with the +2s, it's like, okay, I don't think he has a finish just yet. Besides, I just got a bunch of ammo. I think I could comfortably go to green, and then when he went to red instead, it's like, okay, I can use this.
Right. No, that's just that's in the school right there. That's just perfect textbook timing and perfect textbook patience. Peter, I gotta go. We'll start with the initial get go. Even before we get to that red wild, you flipped the scoreboard around. You did a little bit of that swagger, that little Peter swagger with the blues, right? But in the end, ironically, it almost became a sense of an ammo war towards the end. We're getting a lot more ammo wars in the red zone compared to the mid games. Is that a case of something you have to be wary of now, considering that the ammos are coming in these big runs, but they're not to finish? You're almost just trying to flush ammo out of the other player. Talk me through that, how you got to adjust that mindset for game 3 or 4.
It's definitely the mindset, but also Gold's ammo came there as a result of mine. I had a chance to make that 4 blue card run early in the game, but I played it off. I kept going with my numbers, saved that as late as I could. I thought it worked out because, okay, throw a green wild in there. That was their last line of defense. I'll red wild. They would have nothing, and I could play the last red 8 I had to, finish the game. But
Right.
I gave them the ammo. Gold did the right thing and used it. I can't complain. And at that point, I got nothing back, so that was game.
Yeah, so you accept that's fair. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you win.
It's fair. That's fair. I mean,
yeah, you
it's a good
maximize
play.
Yep.
Did I bring it upon myself? Yes, but I did what I could.
Right, you maximize the game to your fullest potential. Or that's what I got from both players right there. 3 things I just got out of that. 1, Gold's impeccable timing. 2, the patience of both players. Okay, we went back to the red in terms of Peter. He didn't think anything was there. And the third thing, it's the art of the ammo return. Sometimes it can work in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't. And then there's just sometimes where you're just left speechless and say, hey, I maximized it. We take it as is. Let's pull 4. That's the beauty of what we're seeing here tonight. 3 different things in just 3 games so far. It just makes you wonder and makes you hypothesize what's in store for that next meta, because the metas are off the charts right now for sure.
Yeah, that's what we're really seeing here so far. And that's just only after 3 games in a best of 9. This is how we're really seeing things. Oh boy, I'm thinking we're in this for the long haul.
We're seeing scientific intergalactic dimensions tonight. That's what we're seeing. And I'm going to make sure one day I clip that ridiculous, nasty read. That was nasty. Anyway, that was too good. That was really good. But anyway, let's go to game 4. Let's keep it back on track. Gold, so far that mid-tier is working. No wait. Free choice here again. Other than that, what are we thinking, buddy?
Let's drop down to
Gold.
6.
Let's drop the hammer, Art. Let's go down to 6. Peter now going to adjust. We know Peter loves 7, though. So this is nothing new, but this was old Peter. What's new, Peter? Let's see what the gamble will be.
This is a gamble, all right.
This can go in 30 seconds, or this can go in 5 or 15 minutes. You just don't know with 6. Here we go.
It's once you get down sort of in that 5 to 7 range. It could be a real quick one, or it could be a miserable long one.
Peter dittos the bot. Gold dittos. Not dittos. Plays the Ed card. Of course, Ed, great game today. Lost tonight, but we'll talk more about the Super League discussion probably towards the end. As we get a triple play off the better's chopping again. He appears.
My goodness.
Let's see what Peter will do here. Into the green. What is Peter? I'm thinking here, Artie's going to use one of those magical +4s or so. He's got nothing. Is Gold go for a split chopping game on 2 games in a row? Goodness, Lord. Are you serious?
My goodness.
Split chopping game over. 2 in a row. Just like that, this is giving me shades of Cap Ashley. It's 2-2. There's no questions needed. Gold just got the re on the green. There's nothing wrong. 55 seconds. There's no question there. That's just
that's plan A. That's plan A.
That might be plan. Stop winning. Yeah, that's just a good gamble. I don't got much on that one.
That was plan A.
Yeah, plan A. No questions asked. I mean, there's the next. We're going on to the next question and next game. Next game. Run the next game. Peter, I don't have any answer for that. Goal. Look at that. And that's the only thing, the power play advantage now. This will be key. Peter, maybe get the heck out of here. We'll find out. It's no 14-15, though. What are we thinking, buddy? Game number 5. I think this one strategically, too.
We're climbing back up. 13.
Okay, so that's
back
the thing,
up the ladder.
So here's the thing, though.
No low card risks.
Right. But, the funny thing here is, right, let's say if Peter has to win 5 games, theoretically, he's going to have to go 11 at some. If he's going to go for this, this strategy of up. He's going to have to find an 11. And Gold, if Gold plays this low mid tier, Gold's comfortable in the high tier as well. If Gold can play any start. That's going to be the one thing now we have to keep in mind. We've seen this before. Let's ask Ashley. Twice this has happened. Who else is a high starter? Myself too. We've seen it. We've seen this to it. Fitzwater. He's another one, right? Yeah. You wonder what the algo change will be. Fitz, you got a comment?
Sure. You think there's no gambling in this game? I got news for you. Someone's gonna gamble. Someone's gonna gamble with multiple +2s and a +4. Someone is. That's right there.
Nasty. Is he going to try to go for a nasty read without a
Folks,
single card being
session.
All right, truth.
Well, so far it's Gold drawn. Let's see, Art. A nasty read off the get-go like this would be.
Well, anybody can gamble at any point. It's just that's true and all, but really, it's not about those sorts of plays that just really gets into that sort of positions.
I mean, I'm not interested. There's the red. I'm not interested so much in the gambling perspective, Art, here. More rather, I'm interested in the finishing because the finishing has been clean tonight, and that's the one thing you got to look at. When you had those clean finishes, there's no margin for error, but there's also no box to work out of. When you have finishes that make mistakes, it's different. As we go to a green, they're not making mistakes. So now the box is even tighter. As we go back to a red classic, there's the classic. But Peter can fade it. Look at that. Classic double number fade, but Gold has to be sniffed out right there. Here comes Peter with more red, or does he switch off the 6? He's got nothing. That's big.
That might be huge here.
Nothing from Peter, and now it's top deck heaven for him to try to break one out to the 4s. He can't. Gold looking for the lead potentially right here on this play. Or double. And now the pendulum swings, man, because here's the thing. Peter used that power play. He's juiced. Gold power play in the back pocket, and all of a sudden, I think Short did say Game 5 is when it costs to use it. Well, here we go. It's Game 5. Do we see deja vu? Let's see.
And that depends on if we get to that sort of position that Gold could do something.
Let's see what read will come true. Is it going to be the power play read? Is it going to be the +2s early than expected from Fitzwater? Or is it going to be the classic just play clean to the finish and go bar knuckle with the numbers? Well, right now it's bar knuckle with the numbers in row blue.
But that opens the door for Peter to still keep on going.
Very patient. I'm noticing patience out the wazoo tonight. Not rushing a finish, just playing that patience game. Just trying to just settle in, as there's the blue too.
Well, but they're going quick here on these blue cards.
That's because we're getting to the red zone, or you start getting to that red zone, things change. Peter juiced. Gold juiced. There we go. So this is definitely low ammo. It's got low ammo, number efficiency written all over it.
Yep.
There's the +2s Fitzwater was talking about.
My goodness.
This guy, man, this Joker. KT Fitzwater Booth is class is in session.
It's basically school's in session.
Fitz, I got your number. We'll make sure to go to professional one day.
Oh no.
Red 3 now. Anyway, we'll keep it clean here into the reds. Going back, so that's Gold trying to play ice. So the question here is, it's Peter on Jack, right? He's not going to bar an iota with the red. You know why? Because he's got the possession arrow. He's got 8 possessions, now 6 possessions. The moment Gold makes one mistake on one number, boom, bang, I'm going to flip the script. If you're Peter, you're in a great spot. You don't mind taking a couple draws considering you just don't know what that return will be. But also, all it takes is one wrong number. Let's say I don't know. Let's say a 5 is played, right? And all of a sudden, it's a flip. That would have been crazy if that was a 5, but because they can't hear me. But the point is, Peter can flip it in an instant, and that's all he's waiting for on the back end.
That's one of the things to really worry about.
Let's see. So now Peter still has the possession. So it's the tortoise hare like game one. Peter's going to run. Gold's going to play from behind. Let's see. What philosophy is going to win? That's the beauty with this league, man. Different philosophies, different horses for different courses. I always say that. Now, here comes Gold looking for a run. See what it's going to be. Just a draw. So there's Gold going to make the break.
Interesting.
So that's interesting. Or look at the CH here. Gold making the break as Peter goes for a double. Gotta be confident to make that break. This is where I'm starting to think here. Patience and then that +2 theory is coming into play. There's little green one in the aria. Is this a test to see if Peter has anything in the back? Let's see. Peter's going to try to flip it right here, Art. You got to think, how much longer does he have to run every color? Because at a certain point, he's going to have to get out of this green and try to break maybe to that blue. Because that's the one thing he flipped off that initial +2. He's looking for something. Gold might try to play a little ammo strat here and protect it. Play defense. Play a pluser. And just stall the game back. Let's see. Gold taking time. Peter throws a green 8. You're just joining us at home. 2-2. And there's the blue that Peter, did he fade it? Because this is going to be the key. If Peter faded it, he faded it. There it is.
My goodness.
I had a feeling you wouldn't play the +2 without a fade, and Gold's going to overcompensate with the red. This is intriguing.
That could be a mistake.
Well, because it's Peter, you know there's going to be a number backdoor efficiency at some point or an end around because you fade the red.
That's what I'm worried about here.
There could be something in the back door because you think, okay, does Peter don't have the red, but he can also fade very well with extra gas in the tank. I'm interested to see if he's got the backdoor fade right here.
That's why.
Well, remember Peter said earlier he didn't have a yellow.
What?
Well, I wonder if
that might have been in one of the other games.
That was the other game. There's the backdoor fade, baby. There it is. But you know what though? If you're Gold, you like it. You just flushed the +4.
Oh, I don't know about that one, Short.
Well, this is the thing.
Oh, here it comes.
Is this going to be the power play, or is this going to be a massive run?
Massive run. It's a massive run.
This should. Oh my goodness!
Oh no, dude!
This is 2023 Super League. This is what we talk about all the. Or we talked about this. It was this redacted style stuff. Redacted brought this into the league. Listen, I don't know if this is the right move, but personally, you play the percentages. If there is a green +2. You live with it. You die by the hill. That's pretty much it. You just go for the...
You're basically on a hill by yourself. You ain't near nobody else.
Wow. Draw on a +2. I've seen this act before. Doesn't go according to plan.
I would not be shocked if Peter throws the heater, but it's... All right. I got you.
Oh boy, he's phoning a friend here. What's he gonna do?
If this actually works, this would be crazy.
he might be getting consulted here on what to do.
Red 7. Here we go.
He doesn't do it.
Should have called Seth. I was going to think about calling Seth. What's your thoughts on that? Anyway, let's see what Gold will do here because, this is a crazy play. This is a crazy
thoughts on it. Ask his thoughts on it, and suddenly we'll be talking about it, and the game will be over.
Ask his thoughts on it. We'll be here for 5 hours. Anyway,
ask his thoughts.
The entire 10 a.m. stream in a nutshell. It was 3 hours even.
Yeah, Seth and
Oh
I,
my
dangerous,
God.
dangerous
Good
combo,
Lord.
dangerous, absolutely dangerous. All right,
Glad I wasn't here for that.
all right.
Hey, no, we didn't miss either. You weren't even there. We went 3 hours. But that was because Acosta was involved.
That's true.
Yeah, you know how Acosta can get. Another top 10 longest series in history.
My goodness.
Well, let's go back to the phone here, Art, because that +2, I had mentioned earlier in the game there was a split ammo read. Could you imagine this was a split ammo read? Because if you do that triple +2 for a split ammo finish, you're blowing everyone's mind. But it's possible that, what did Gold say up the chat? Hit me, right? I'll do it now. I got you. You wonder if that was a play almost to have an actual split ammo read that someone stopped. And I think in this case, it might have been Peter with that +4 because looking at this game, if Peter don't throw, maybe there is a read to where it's game. So I think Peter throwing the +4 may have prevented a split ammo read. I've got a feeling. I'll have to ask that. Because that is a definite heat check to throw a triple +2 into a draw. You make that move 9 times out of 10, your day's over. You pack it up. But it's working here because now they're both drawn. Obviously, it is the Midwest, so we do know tornadoes exist. We do wish everyone the best, and there's been a lot of tornadoes in the Midwest. It's tornado season, though. But, Art, looking at this game while we had this break as we go to a red 8 here, this goal gets us out. It's not linear, man. As we go to yellow, there's no linear path anytime. Both players are going to throw bare knuckle fight. We're going to match ammo for ammo, punch for punch, and that's the way they like it. And that's the way we like it as fans. Talk to me about the craziness of these ammo controls, ammo wars, because we are not slowing down.
Yeah, we're not at a point where we can slow down. It's been fast paced. If you let your foot off that gas pedal at least one time, then you might as well just count yourself done.
Yeah, we're in Q mode right here. Foot to the floor. That's just the way we like it around here. Half off special from gold into the yellow 4. Peter on check now. Like I said, these guys have played twice, 3-on-3. That's the score record so far. It's 2v2. This has the making of going 8 or 9. If not, we'll see that game 9. We'll see. Into the top 4 from Peter, into Acosta, making his first E8. Gold into the yellow 5. What's it going to be from Gold? Peter's typing out, but Gold is trying to do one of them fast types. That's a little bit. Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna throw in here, going for those sort of fast type things might not be the best ideas.
Well, one thing, Art, I've noticed is you got it, buddy. Yeah, safety first. That's the most important thing. Is safety. That's what we're here for. Player safety is the number one priority. It's not a PR statement, but that's real. But here comes Gold, triple play. Anyway, triple play now, Art. I'm interested to see what's going to happen here because when you had these triple plays, it could be a split ammo situation, and maybe that's what Gold wanted earlier. But if you're Peter, you got to adjust. You're down 8 cards. Do you have a back end play? And that's the key. He goes to grid. That's the move. Unless this is a fade from Gold as we continue to. There's the fade. Are you kidding me? But not the green. It's blue. So Peter still has an avenue if he doesn't trust. If Gold may be lacking green, he has to trust on the green. Yep. There's the read.
Oh,
beautiful.
He goes there. And that was beautiful.
You saw it coming, right? You can just sense, okay, I'm lacking the green, throw the wild. Let's play it.
Let's play strategy base.
Green 1, is there a 1 efficiency from Gold? No, Peter just changed the game.
Great move by Peter.
Yeah, he changed it, right? Even if he's got to draw at some point, the greens have changed the game. Let's see what will be from Peter. And he's going to go out of it to his own card, back to blue. That's what Gold wanted earlier. Interesting. Campbell from Peter. We've seen crazier things with the wrong switch to the finish here, Artie. Let's see. Does Gold have a potential wrong color from Peter? No, but a double may have flushed some of that good stuff. So now Peter feeling comfortable. Peter feeling comfortable. Does he try a test or does he go for a breaker? Let's see.
He might be going for that breaker
Back
right
to
here.
green. He's going back to it. Great move. That's your nice Gold. Really
That is,
nice Gold.
that is just getting.
Are you kidding me? A charming.
Hold on just a moment here.
Where did Gold get? It had to be off the draw. That had to be a save off the draw.
But that just saved
That
the
is
game.
that is next level right there. Art. Save off the draw. That's next level.
That is some cheese.
No, that's not cheese. That's next level right there. That's next because you would not think to do something like that unless you know the opponent. That's not cheese. That's next level right there. We are seeing some things here that you normally wouldn't see, and that's what makes this league great, man. But it makes these guys great. They're trying. You would never think sacrifice as there's a yellow wild for how many regular wilds has he had? Holy cannoli! He had them all. He must have had them all. He must have had them all, other than one.
Yeah, he must have.
Well, this should be a split ammo run to the finish here. You got to think, it's building up because you wouldn't throw triple wild not to have something limited, but he's going to play it cool. He's just trusting it now. Here comes Peter looking to sign the name and date dotted line.
This is your check or the win.
Oh, he's playing it straight, and Gold switches to green.
But does Peter still win it?
Zero sugar efficiency be insane, but zero sugar.
Guys!
Wrong color, buddy.
Or don't tell me.
Boy, it has to be blue or red. Oh, okay. You almost gave us a heart attack, bro.
That is just some cheese.
That's nasty. That's all 4 wilds.
Bro is playing with us. He is literally playing with us. There's no way. No way. No way.
I'm sorry, but you
oh, my bad. Wrong card. Pulls out another wild.
I didn't want. That was mental. I'm like waiting on the bot, and I'm like, oh god damn! I played the card I just played.
I legit thought that for a second. Like, oh my bad, wrong card. Here comes another one.
The +1 gave Gold game 4. Gold gave a +4 run to me. I had a chance. I had a green +2. I could have gave them 8 cards. I'm not risking that. I got all 4 wilds off that run. There's 3 +4s floating out there. And I'm glad I played it that way because I did not want to open that can of worms.
Yeah, I was going to say what was the return. Peter, you almost got baited, man. Your thoughts when Gold pulled a ridiculous save tactic to somehow save a green? Because you think in that situation, Gold draws on a double green wild after you play. You go to blue. You're thinking right there and then, okay, Gold plays the blue. You're thinking green. It's over. It's safe. But pulls the green. How did you have to readjust that style? Because that was some next level thing from Gold. How are you able to adjust to that? Because no one saw that coming. That's steal.
They had the green. They got down to Uno, so I'm like, oh, okay. I got a +2 him here. I was toying with it because I'm like, okay, change to blue. They probably have a blue finish. That was a mental exercise. Go down from there. Yeah. I get down to my last cards, and I mean, they had a back pocket green. That's a great play because I'm like, they either had a yellow finish or they still had red somewhere along the way. That's what my entire thought process was, and it was a very good read. Unfortunately, I had a 4th wild, so that didn't matter. But I mean, if you want to talk about out of your mind playing that game, that was fun. This is why I like this league, because just games like that, or we're just both players are just all out. It's good.
It's good, man. And that's the fun part. And I think, Peter, another thing, too, is the chemistry. You guys, we're not seeing these stupidity-type plays where it's all strategic. It's not, I'm just going to fire 3+4s and not finish it. It's all strategic. I'm going to have to ask Gold. Gold, first off, that was an insane bait. Which draw did you get that green with that green? Which was it the first draw off that green one or the second one? Talk me through that first before I ask the 15,000 questions I have in my mind.
Let me.
Because that was some next level thinking. I know Art said cheat, but I knew right there that's a steal. That's a steal play right there. That's a steal. It's a steal advantage right there. And sometimes, Art, that play that Gold just made is like a power play without being one. It's basically a pseudo power play in a way.
It was one of the later draws. I picked up and was thinking, okay, I could
So
play
even
this now.
later,
And then, but then when it was moved to blue, it was like, okay, I can use this. I
You
can
got it, buddy.
actually go back to green. I have a feeling he's used up most of his green. There's something I could do here.
Right, so
Unfortunately, he had too many wilds to make it effective. But hey, it was fun.
But do you accept it, Gold? Because let's face it, if he got that massive +12 and that was all 4 wild, you have to almost accept it. So you're just trying to play a little bit of a, hey, hit me with it, try to get something back in return to just sense, hey, there was no +4s out there. You might as well. Was that the reason why you threw those +2 heaters? Because we've only seen 2 +4s, and I don't think we saw one that game, unless I'm
Yeah, I don't think there
mistaken.
was a single +4.
That's insane. Oh, no, Peter threw one. Right, the yellow +4.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But you didn't throw one, right? No.
I never got one.
Yeah, no, you've only had the +2. So that's interesting. So your thoughts on the +2? Was that a case you were just hoping, maybe, and praying that he would throw a plus? He did have one. He just chose to back off to get it back. Is that really what you were looking at?
Part of it was, yeah, I was in need of ammo. I could have used a bit more ammo there. Part of it was I had been wanting to conserve my +2s as long as possible, because I was worried. I didn't have a lot of ammo, so for all I knew, there was a bunch of ammo in the deck, and I wasn't really jonesing to give him 12 cards that might have. Well, I ended up having all the wilds, but who knows? It could have had all those +4s I wasn't seeing. But when it came down to it, it's like, okay, I have to give this opportunity to him and
Yeah.
possibly reap the rewards either way.
I was just gonna say sometimes it's a risk and sometimes it pays. Sometimes. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate those thoughts. We'll keep us posted to the tornado for sure. Art, what I'm seeing tonight is some next level gameplay. You know, there is that. Of course, we had the rumor going around that we're trying to get live analytics into the game. Peter's one of the big proponents of that. We know another guy is Alan. Some other people. This almost feels like we're playing next gen Uno, though. We're playing the live analytics without even having. We're playing the ammo. We're playing the returns. Your thoughts on what you're seeing? Because we're seeing some next level playing that we may have never saw 2 years ago. Pro check. You got me?
What was the question?
You started to doze off. You go, buddy. Just your thoughts on the next level plan for both, really.
Well, really, this was what I was expecting to come into this game. Because here's the thing, they're not the same players as they were 2 years ago. They have set that into a style that has been really better for themselves in this league. So hence why they are probably two of the players that have been talked about the most.
Yeah, this is an OG pie. We had Samper, we had Peter, we had Gold, we had yourself. These guys are all OGs, right? They've been here since the start. Art, you've been here since before this was even a league in 22. We were one of my first consumer customers in this league in the servers. So, yeah, I mean it's been a good show so far. All right, Peter, it's your call, buddy. I mean, so far it's only been upper tier. Goals went to mid tier. No 15 through 13. Free board. I'm thinking 12 or 11, but just gotta ask, what do we think here?
Tough call. I got a couple options.
Last one for a while, yeah.
It is. Go 10.
All right, gonna maybe save. You know what? All right, I don't mind this because you can't use the 15 through 13. If you use the 12 here, you're risking maybe an 11, and you may not get that opportunity. So I like this call to go mid-tier here with 10, upper mid. And that's the risk, we talk about this. We're going to see this in action really in the finale, in the Final Four this year. It's going to be the new rules we'll talk about when we get closer. But right now, we're really in this mindset of, okay, the strategy has to come into play as well when you pick the card stars, because Gold has been comfortable in this lower stuff. Here comes Peter. Goes with the blue 9. It's been the switching. He's been able to enable it most of the time, and neither player will enable it here on the first turn. Hard to switch off a 0, but it's these two. You know anything's possible.
Anything is possible when you think of just these two.
Nothing from Peter, though. This is... So far, we've had a really good day of Uno here so far. The game I wasn't there for, Seth and Short loved it. The players loved it. I think these two, even though I'm not really used to it, I don't personally like streams past 10 o'clock. I think I'm on some adrenaline right now because we're seeing this next level gameplay. Let's see what it'll be from Gold right here. Gold thinking this one through. Well, we got a small pause in the action. Bad Brad, the defending T3 winner from last year, against Brock the Rock tomorrow, backstage versus the Rock. Be ready for that. That's the last 2-win on 2-win battle. Though someone's got to lose to go to 2-3. One's only going to go 3-2. And then, of course, the last 2 games to Pierre Abion, and then Monkey Neck, the crazy one, where it's the first quad 1 battle of the season. Something's got to give there. It's been a crazy, crazy year. We've talked about the parity almost to the end, and I said it before, I'll say it again. The reason why we had the parity, the guys that had no or 1 winner making runs. And the same thing can happen to T4. If the guys that have 0, 1, or even to an extent 2 now make small runs, it changes the whole complexion of the season. Into the Peter that blue one.
Here's the thing. You're talking about all these games that are coming up. We got a bunch of good ones, and then you throw in Monkey Neck.
That one's gonna be interesting because that's gonna remind me a lot of Tago Vapor because they play a lot of practice and that's a sparring partner match. I don't know if that's gonna be intriguing to say the least as Peter advances the level, but I'm interested to see how that will be from a sparring perspective. Who's gonna spar? Who's gonna throw hands? That'll be interesting from that. It could be KT Lamas, but a little bit more cracked because they play a lot of practice. But back to this game, I gotta think right here now. With this blue early and no switching, as Peter maybe top decked that one, the thought of stealing a deck or stealing a top deck is something you have to start planting because you just saw Gold do it. We're humans. Monkey see, monkey do. No, sorry, monkey. But monkey see, monkey do. You know, that's how we're wired. When we see someone do it, we do it. When you're yawning, I'm probably yawning right here. It's just mirror playing. Where do you think you can steal one? Because you don't want to steal one at 1 or 2 cards. Where do you think one will steal one here in this 10-card play? Because I don't think the move to steal one early. Do you think Peter just tried it? Where do you think the proper play to steal a draw here is? He's going to go draw here.
Oh, that would really have to go if this game goes very long.
We'll see. If it goes long, says Art, could be a 20-minute. There's a red. Well, that's the first break over, right? That break right there is Peter will roll into it. Here comes Gold now. Gold dittos the ghost. Peter looking for a possible stopper right here. Put a stop to the works. There it is, Ard. Had a feeling.
Yeah.
7 up right here. Gold with possession arrow. 2 freshies and the ammo returns and Binky fits. I'll go to you here, man. The ammo returns have been lethal. Where do you think the ammo return will be here for Peter to go with that +2? What do you think Gold's got with this +2? You think you sensing a +2 in return, or is there something bigger out there? What do you think? Fitzwater. That's fan. There you go.
I was Gold. I would just go ahead and use the arsenal now, you know.
I got you, buddy.
If he doesn't use his power play here, I think it's the best option for him. So say it that way.
I appreciate that, man. We'll keep it down. As Peter on Jack makes a break right there, a quad play, starts it off with a toast reverse. That's going to be a heater right there, or that's putting
that is huge. That is huge.
Have not seen a yell. Just opened up Pandora's. Now Gold's got the hard work to do again. That's a big play.
But Gold could throw something here.
What will it be from Gold? Where's the battle lines on this play? Because a quadruple play like that is starting to get alarm bells ringing. +2. That's going to stop it. There's the +2. That stops it for now.
But for how long?
That's going to be the question. How long, my friend? That's the beauty of this league. How long will be the key? Peter with a little bit of hard work to do. Reminder, winner gets hard. If it's Peter, it will be a home game for Peter. If it's Gold, Art will get home. Here we go. Peter, double play. May have stopped the game there, Art. That may have stopped the run down to the finish. Tie game now.
That might have just stopped it for Gold, but maybe not for Peter.
Does Gold have a split chamic ammo like we saw earlier in Game 3 to tie this series up? We've seen it before. Will we see it again? Was that +2 the key for Gold to get the job done? We'll find out. Loading up right here, taking time.
If he actually has no, just plays it cool.
Not yet. Remember though, that split chamic ammo was at 2 cards. So Peter, let's see what he'll do. He'll play it cool. Now the question becomes: is the split chamic ammos right here?
If Gold gets the punch here.
Are you serious?
It is!
There it is again. Boom. The read is correct. We're still reading after dark. School's in session. What a game we're seeing. I've got to go to Peter right here before I go to Gold. Peter, I think the aggression, man, make that move. Did you just get burned on that +2? Because let's face it, you make that move and you have a skip yellow 0 on the back end too. Was it one turn too late in a sense that, hey, that +2 saved the game for Gold, or do you make that break sense and you had the finish right there, and unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles.
+2 absolutely saved the game for Gold.
Well, I knew it. Yep.
Yeah. Because I had a +4 as well, so it would have been game with the skip.
Oh.
I could have used it, but it's like getting down, just got down to it, and I'm like, okay, I would have had the +4 to a green after the +2. And I figured they'd have something for green.
Right.
Or I was expecting, okay, I can at least get a draw on yellow, and Gold still had a yellow in there. So it was just like, I don't know. I played one-sided because if I played defense there, I still would have gotten burnt. It didn't matter.
Right.
It would have prolonged the game, but it would have been painful. I mean, I just down at 3 cards, I got to do what I can at offense, I feel.
I got you. No, I get
and maybe
it.
That's the correct read by Gold because they stayed defense. They played that yellow and grabbed the finish out of it.
Right. I was going to ask Gold and discipline. The only other question I had there earlier in the game when we hit that draw, it wasn't much, not draw city. When we hit that blue chain, did you think about maybe stealing a draw? You did draw twice on the blue. What did you get off those 2 blue draws after the blue 9 you played? Peter.
Oh, sorry, what?
What did you get out? We were talking about the steal and the draw. Did you get anything good off those 2 draws after the blue 9 you played here? I just pinged it for you.
At the very start of the game. Let me go back. First draw,
Okay.
I get.
You good, Fitz. Have a good night, buddy.
There was, okay, drew, I got a blue, played the blue, drew again. I got the yellow skip then, so it was all right. I could have thrown the +4 that early, but like, would have totally changed the game. I know that much, but I didn't want to use it that early. That's for sure. Not with how Gold's playing, and I guess I held on to it too late. So maybe I found the sweet spot. We'll see.
Gold, that was some next level thinking, though, again, in a sense, with the double split ammo. But I think this one really came down to that +2 saved the game. Did you just kind of wait for the progression? You kind of sense, okay, at a certain point, we have to go to all 4 colors. Was it really just a patience game there to lay back, lay low, and not get too over hesitant to get the win right there? Because I'm going to be honest with you, that +2 was more than just to save the game. That's a momentum shifter because you still had the power play. Talk me through it.
Yeah, it was. There was a good bit of patience on my part, both with saving that +2 and then also saving the blue +2. Since I was holding on to that the whole game, I considered playing it off the top, and I was like, no, that wouldn't do me any good. Hold on to it until I can find an opportunity to use it later, or if not, to finish with it, because I also had the +4 from the top. It was just better to lay back, lay low, stay patient, and slow Peter, but not give Peter all
Right.
the ammo in the world.
Now, the thing is, Go, obviously you have the power play advantage, and we know the low stuff is really working. Do you sense Peter is a little bit blood in the water right here to really make a run, or do you still got to stay vigilant, knowing that at a certain point there is metas out there on this bot that has not been seen? You have to adapt and adjust continually. Talk me through that real quick before we start.
Yeah, I've had to stay vigilant. I've been keenly aware, like, okay, at this point, Peter could really, like, realistically pull out a win at any moment. Play it safe, but also that power play is an incredible asset of mine, and I would like to use it in a more beneficial opportunity if I could. So I've been trying to both play it safe while also trying to gamble a little where I think I can, and it's worked out for me so far.
Well, it's working out here, Ard. We're going to find out what it works out for Gold now. Gold gets the next 2. With that win, we're guaranteed 8. Here we go. Gold, your call. No 6, 8, 10. What is it going to be?
Hmm. 9.
Special. 9-card special right here. Short's going to put it in. It's been a fantastic Art, in a series, what you want. Back and forth. There's no saving. It's all full of the cuff. I'm sorry, buddy. 9. What more do you want here? I mean, this is what you want in a game. Both players are basically reading each other like a book, yet neither one can break 3. Talk me through it. This is insane.
It really much is, and I really don't think there's been any big problems here with how these two have been playing. We were expecting a good one here, and it's living up to it.
Another free choice for Gold, and now you gotta think here, Art. If you're a Gold, this is what you want. You're starting to get the starts working in your favor. That win was more than just momentum. Now you're starting to feel confident. Now, when that confidence builds, especially when you were down earlier in the series, that's a scary thing. And I think for Peter, he's got to stop that. So you wonder if the aggression will pick up from him, especially on this lower stuff. I've got a hunch. I don't know. I think the aggression is about to pick up on ammo more than just the number fades and switches. Here comes King Peter, as we put it here. Let's see what he's got. Peter loading up will go 1 up this time into the red now and 9. What's it going to be from Gold? Double ammo to start us off here. Are pretty calm and composed.
Pretty much is.
There's the switch. That's it. There's the fade. Now the question becomes, as we go to a blue 1. Peter wants to fade it. Gold is a player to play more conservative. This is going to be true, at least with the fade on numbers. Let's see what happens here. Gold taking time here, taking stock of the situation. We talk about those think stop moments. This is one of those where you're starting to get to the point where best of three. Every move is now becoming the last move in a sense. You know it's even though it's not a game ender, you gotta think you lose this game 7, momentum can shift. We did see a lot of game 7s where okay, it's different, but in a best of 9, game 7's everything. Yellow 3 now. Peter flips it over, and there it is. There are trips on the Pandoras swinging for the green. Did Gold find the patience? Will stay clean.
I think Gold isn't one to be the one to force the move here.
Gold doesn't want to force the move. Both are playing this one clean. Something's got to give. Yellow 2 from the Gangsta. Here comes Gold. Now another think stop moment. Gold has possession arrow, so no matter what happens here, has the possession, has the power play. Let's see. Is this not a backbreaker, but is this a big moment in Gold's feather here? Start thinking about the series, having that one hand on the next round. Gold looking for a run. I was just thinking, there it is, Art. There's the heat check to Ashley. And now, a read back to red. Did Peter save the red or a wild? This man had 4 wilds earlier in the game. Here comes Peter. Plays it cool. Gold, now with 3 cards, gets to 2. That's an insane read both ends here, Art. You gotta think. Both players have now said, okay, we got the red. Peter Tumble played a check. Is that all he can do, though? What will Gold have in response? Is it a finish? No power play. All natural. Nothing from Gold. Peter with the number of fish for the win. Does he have the 6th combo? It's the 6th! There's the read, Art! Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
What time is it? I mean, unbelievable. I mean, Peter, that was unbelievable. Nothing that game. I had just said a little bit earlier, you don't need
skip.
you don't need +4s on the lower numbers because at a certain point, reverse skip meta can come into play. Talk me through that game and how you got the reading right, because we really faded every color except that last green to the end. That was it. You had the 1 green. That was it.
Gutsy. I mean, that was gutsy. I mean, I had 4 red cards off the start. 3, 6, 9 skip. Green 6, okay. Yellow 3, blue 9. I could change off of red to any of the 3 colors. Just needed some comfortable play off of there. Changes happen at the right time. Gold put it back red. Not a bad move because I was reluctant to red early. Whittled it down from there.
Yeah.
I did not think I was going to win that game. I was waiting for a change off of red or the +4 finish right there at the end, and it didn't happen. So I don't know if that's luck because neither of us had any ammo, or it was I somehow played that number efficiency right. I mean, I think I played it good enough, but I needed a lot of a gold to play into that as well. So I'm a little disbelieved right now, honestly, because that was not a game I thought I would win, especially off that initial draw.
I gotta go to gold because there really wasn't much there, but your thoughts on what the move was to go to that red on the wild, and did you have something else, or you just felt confident because he faded the red, it wasn't going to go there?
I wasn't fully confident with the red play. I had to go to red or blue, though. I had no other option. I just had to get off, and well, either option was as good as the other. Realistically, the only pathway I think I saw to victory there was to use the power play with the yellow 7 to get the color change to red and save the wild. But that was so risky because I had so little ammo that I didn't know whether or not Peter had ammo. Turns out he didn't. It would have been fine. But still, it was.
Go for it.
Now you're good.
I was gonna say that's the first time you lost on one of these lower. Do you have to adjust for game 8 here, or do you think you just sense okay? It's one of those games where I had just said earlier, we're not getting the +4s now. We've only seen 3 of those. But what we are getting is reverse skip meta. We are getting a bunch of regular wild meta. And the +2s have been pretty back and forth. Where do you think you have to adjust for this game 8 in this last call? Because this is it. This is the last home call to make a statement here to get this to a game 9.
I think I know what I have to do. I think I have to full send it for this next one. I have to go into its own territory. It's the only way.
Enemy territory with power play. That's the thing, Art, right? This is the old adage. You don't have the lead, but you have the power play. This is going to get good. Does Gold use the power play here, guarantee a 9, and set up a real interesting game 9 for the Prairie State battle? Or does Peter find a way to have that aggression to prevent it? We're about to find out. So we're putting in full send. I'm going past 10:30 here. I'm giving everything I got. Let's do it. Here it is. The sender. Yellow 7. The Grim Reaper. We're in. We're ready to roll. This is, you can sense this is a make or break right here. Because there is no point of saying, okay, looking at this game, you look at this. There has been back and forth all night, right? And as we go to the green 7s, Peter draws. The last thing we have not seen, honest to God, is early game. We have not seen the first 3 or 4 cards. Someone's throwing out haymakers. That's the one thing we may have not seen. That's a respect level. But it's also a point of crescendo where at some point you're going to have to see it. Because if that meta hasn't been played yet, something's going to happen. Let's see.
Really, in my opinion, I don't think either of these guys are going to be the ones to just start throwing haymakers.
We'll see. I personally agree with you too, but we'll see. You never know, but keep going.
Well, and that's what we've been seeing this whole series. Nobody's really thinking of taking the chance here and going for the haymakers.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this, I don't know exactly where you throw the haymakers. We go double ditto 6. But now's the time because this is our first match point, and someone's going to, I think, get aggressive here. You can almost sense it. I think at a certain point, within a couple cards, someone's going to be, you know what? I don't want to go home like this. And I think we're going to start to see early aggression because that's the last meta we have not seen. Here's the Blue Zero Sugar. Blue 5 right now, playing it cool. Here comes Gold into Gangsta.
Before things kick off in the sender here, I'd like to give a shout out to Ridley, who has just picked up their 7th win in the D2 season. I get over nifty, just the second to reach 7+ wins. The other being Luke, who's been locked into the D2 championship after a 6-game winner against Nifty. Nifty pushing back a little bit late. Ridley was up 3-0, but was able to shut the comeback bid down in Game 6 after we had a couple of blown leads early on in the D2 schedule today. But congrats to Ridley, and Nifty will have to get 2 wins in T4 to make LCQ.
Appreciate that update. Congrats to Ridley. But now, Ard, I'm thinking Peter's making a decision right here now. I'm telling you, because we have not seen the early aggression on this sample. He's going to think about it. You can tell. Even
No.
I think he's starting to think about it, man. I really do, because remember, he doesn't have the power play. And guess who has it? It's Gold. And that's the beauty of this. It's yin and yang. Someone's going to throw it early, and it's going to change the whole... Well, I didn't see that early in the game. Someone's going to do it. I'm telling you. Let's see. Here comes Gold. We've only been seeing it the midpoint of the game or the late.
Oh.
There it is, Art. Someone's going to do it. Someone has to do it. And you can tell it's an elimination game compared to the past where you just saw more okay, I'll vibe. But the old school metric was great the first 7 games. Now it's over. This is do or die. Your tournament's on the line. You got to think it's coming. But you know what they say: if there's one, there's more. If there's a little smoke, there's a fire. Well, how much +4s is in Gold's bag? Remember, Gold didn't have any +4s till Game 3. Right? This is new. You got to adjust to that. It's unbelievable how many things and how many variables you got to control, especially with this bot. There's so many. Peter now will have to readjust. Does he fire back and have a fire fest? Let's see. The Gangsta. Does he have a fire fest in the back pocket? Peter looking for it. Really taking his time now. Peter looking for more on the back end right here. Does he have an ammo return off that +4? And if he throws it right here, Art, it's going to be a war. Because at this point, we have not yet. Well, he didn't throw it in terms of a plus, but there's a little heater. Gold's going to fade that pretty nicely, though, yellow.
Gold ain't going down without a fight here.
Well, you know why Gold faded? Well, you know why Peter did that? The initial get-go. Gold changed off the yellow, and Gold saved it. That's a read. That's just a classic read. And now, or at this point, I think if the Fire Fest is over, I just got a gut feeling. Split ammo back in. Off that +4 from Gold. There's smoke, there's fire. I'm just sensing this is going to go 9, man. I just got a gut feeling. You throw that +4 to smoke the fire. Here's a run. This could be big. Gold looking for Peter, no power play. Is this a game 9? +4. There it is. When there's smoke, there's fire. Boom. The reads are insane. Are you kidding me? Short at 10:30, man. We still doing this. Gold
No
at this point, Gold. That was just a clear read, right? Smoke, there's fire. 1 +4 led to another, and you saved the power play. How about that? Talk me through that win, because that was pretty much just pretty goated hand right there. Just gonna call it as is.
It was a pretty good hand. I was hesitant to start off with yellow because that could remove one of my options to go for an end. I was looking at several possible options. I was trying my best to keep them all open. I ended up being able to change it to green and holding on to most of my my action cards, so I could use them to actually either make a run to the finish or to at the very least set up the run to the finish more effectively. Didn't feel like I needed the power play because I was like, okay, he's changed it to yellow. I've got this feeling on Peter that he's going to want to play some of his more normal cards and hope that he iced me out, which he hadn't.
Right. I mean, I just got to say, Peter, I mean, the yellow, what was that a little desperate? That means you didn't get any ammo so you had to throw it, because let's face it, when you see a yellow fade off the start, you're thinking, oh, they got no yellow. Surely we're in good shape, but did you just kind of sense it was inevitable with that first +4 early and you just couldn't fire with fire?
It was that +4 early that really threw this off for me, because I was trying my best to build a run, and I had 2 yellow cards. That was my best to try and work through this run. I knew they had something. I was trying my best to keep track with the table, but
right.
If I opened the floodgates, then it would have been tough. It would have been really tough, because my other option was throw it to red, but they had a red +2 as well. I mean, this is what I was working with, and it was.
Oh man,
it was tough to hold back on that, and I didn't consider all angles, so I guess it's on me, because it was ammo control as well. It just, you gotta know when to play it. Gold knew when to play it that game.
Yeah, he had the +4, he had the wild, and it really was a fire fest. And I'm just, I know how you're feeling it too. I'm starting to feel. I'm gonna give one last shoot. It's game 9, but I guess I'll go to you here, buddy. You're playing either of these players. We've been out here for more than an hour, right? 2 hours on stream. What have you seen? Because the timing has been impeccable. We have seen power play wins in game 9. Gold's got a shot. Where do you see this last line? Because I had said in the broadcast too, someone's going to throw that ammo early, and it's going to throw someone off, and there was Gold, and Peter's thrown off. Where do you think this is going to be for his last game? Because that's the last minute we hadn't seen, and now this read is coming in. Where do you think the last minute is going to be for this game now? Talk me through it before we start.
Oh boy, I don't know. When you throw in the components here of Gold with a power play and Peter not, well, we don't know where he's going to go with the card start here. It throws all these variables in, maybe providing a classic finish for this series.
Appreciate that, buddy. I'll go to short here. You saw Game 9 earlier. I think this series has been a little bit different. Maybe the sense and effect. Maybe in the sense and effect, these two know each other. It's a lot cleaner. You told me that game with Acosta and what was it? That was a longer series, and that was just more of a.
Yeah, it was actually by the end of it, it was an hour longer than this series is right now.
Right, and I think with the. And that's Acosta, right? He plays that slow burner style, but yeah, we can tolerate it. These two have been just straight fire with fire. Where's the last read going to be? I've been reading it all night, but where do you think this last one's going to be here for Game 9?
I don't know where exactly it'll fall. They've been all over the place, but I feel like I don't know. I mean, the power play holds strong for Gold. That's going to be their advantage. I think Peter's got to be hoping he has some options to fend off Gold if, like, that hand is. I mean, it was a workable hand, so he's just hoping to get some more stuff like that. But ultimately, that's what it's going to come down to, because you're fighting up against a power play in a win-or-go-home game for both ends, and you got to be able to, you got to have the firepower to try and combat it the best you can when you're up against a power play in that situation.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for the thoughts. It's been a long one. We've been grinding here. All right, let's get this one through. Let's give it our best. Let's give it our last gas right here. Peter, we know it won't be a full center. It can't be an OG full or a double OG. I'm thinking 12 or 11, but what do we got here?
1, 2, 12.
There it is. 12 pack. We can't.
A dozen donuts.
A dozen donuts. We had no choice. All right, that's the thing. But this will not be a classic full center Game 9. So that adds another wrinkle. Here it is. Short put thin here in a second. 12 pack for the finish. A dozen donuts. What's it gonna be? 12 cards. And I think Peter's Spotify choice, no more Mr. Nice Guy, is going to set the tone. Here we go. This is going to be something. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Well, that's one of the nicest guys I know. Start us off.
Wait. Peter has another side of himself? Okay.
He trust me. His Spotify sometimes when I scroll on the Discord, it's got the activity thing. He's got some good classic songs for sure.
I guess he's about to change his style here.
That's that early ammo, man. Someone's gonna throw. It's Game 9, Art. Natural instinct. You don't want to go home. You don't want to hold a timeout in the back pocket. You got to use.
Wow! Look at Gold here.
Switching off the back to the green. Back to plant.
Gold ain't trying to be Matt Eberflus.
Oh, Gold regressive.
Wow.
But Peter gets
look at Peter.
Fire with fire on numbers with one of the best into Aria. Here comes Peter back off the green one. Peter looking for something off the back end. Does he fade it right here?
Oh, Peter might have something here, though.
Does he have the fade? No, he plays it cool. Now it's 2-color war right here. That's something we haven't seen much all night of, and just like that, this spot is thrown a wrinkle again. Gold now has to adjust. It's back to red. It's 2 colors.
Oh,
are you kidding me? These reads are insane. It was back to red either way, double Logan.
Good God.
My goodness.
Are you touch me right now? I'm on fuego here. Here goes the blow. There's the trip play.
Oh my goodness.
What is going on?
What is this?
It's numbers off the top. I think now at some point Peter's like, you know what? Sense it. You gotta sense something. Gold has got the power play. I think he's going to start cracking the whip here or try an undercut or a +2. Here comes Peter.
He needs to do something here.
Think stop moment. Because now we don't have the 15. We don't have the leash. We're at 7. The leash is
You gotta throw it all in.
Art says all in. I think +2 or an undercut. +2? Are you serious?
Oh, he did a double there, but didn't Drew.
Oh, we saw someone did. Well, that was Ed. I think Ed did that today, right? You told me that, right? Sure.
Left an open door. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an open door, which led to, I believe, it led to Acosta winning, or at least in a couple turns.
I'm looking back. I just looked at it again. Yeah, that was a +2 open door. This is a reverse though. That's a clean play from Peter. You have to respect the +2. Here comes Gold with the blue 8. Peter nothing, so he doesn't have much here, Art. He doesn't.
That's not a good sign here.
And that's the problem with the Fire Fest of colors earlier. The 2 colors. He was trying to play that box out game. I sense the +2. Now the question is, do you want to go to that last progression on yellow? Do you sense it because you have no power play?
Well, he might be doing it right here.
He needs a top deck. He's got to get a top deck because he knows Gold at any moment can just finish it off. A +4 will save the game. If there's no blue +2 to be found, it's got to be a pluser. Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
Do I not know game? Come on now, Art. This is getting ridiculous.
It's almost 11.
They aren't giving up. You gotta take it what you can here.
That's what we're saying, man. I mean, 11 o'clock, I'm just pacing back and forth. It goes into yellow. That was what I was saying. The last progression. Peter rolling the dice. Are you kidding me?
My goodness.
This is almost too perfect here, Ron. What is going on?
Hey, you guys know how I said Ed I would die on the hill that Ed would make,
I don't know about that.
9th. I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion, but it is a conversation to have.
It's a combo.
It's a combo. I'm not saying it's foregone. The loser here makes 9th guaranteed, but it's going to be a damn close 9th and 10th.
Cole just flexed on Peter, man. He just ISO'd Peter on his own card back to blue.
That's crazy.
That's a minor flex in a game 9 with everything on the line on a 12 dozen donut start. Are you out of here?
Would a chance had a next round on the line here? Are you kidding me?
You better be sweating in the back corner there. God dang. But
the back corner. I'm sitting front row of this.
You're sweating anyway. You're sweating bullets. Anyway. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, he's sweating bullets like knowing what's coming for him, no matter who wins.
Here's the thing. It's like we got people sitting up in the nosebleeds sweating.
Oh God! But Gold draws ISO. But once again, it now comes to the equation: is Gold trying one last thing we know Gold for the 2023 Gold? What was Gold good at? A crazy run to the finish. Now with power play. Is Gold building that crazy run, sensing that Peter's got no blue? Let me hoard some blue, and all it takes is one connector. That's the last thing I'm thinking here of why you draw there, or you're just afraid of that yellow progression. That's got to be it.
Well, don't forget now, they keep drawing here, then all the other colors are going to come back into play.
Because Peter went to yellow, and Gold may be low on that yellow. Gold may be like, I don't got that yellow. I don't got that yellow +2 or some connector. Let's play ISO, and let's use it down to the deck. Here comes Gold. I'm thinking, though, Art, it's going to take one card from Gold just to find a connector and play a 2023 Aria Gold type strat where you see these massive draft runs, and it's going to get Peter in shambles. And he's going to have to readjust and maybe force some more ammo that he doesn't want to force right now. That's what I'm thinking. We're waiting for the read here. Gold taking time. This is a classic thing. Stop. This is not surprising. Just joining us at home, we have went 2 games today. and we both went 9.
What more could you ask for?
What more could you ask for? This one's probably over an hour. That one was close to 2 hours. This stream has been ridiculous. The reads have been insane. The boss is back in action. We got 2 old school players. My boy Ard. I mean, what else do you want? Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained in this? This is excitement.
Cody Smart, are you not entertained what you're about to write after this game? Because that's kind of where we're at right now.
Good luck with that one, buddy.
It's going to be classic. Peter with the yellow progression. Are you kidding me?
Oh, there's that yellow.
That's what Gold's fearing, man. And now that's the thing. Peter wants to force yellow. Gold may not have that +2 or something. Peter is going to be the key here with the yellow. He has no power play. Goes to green, so he goes off it, but is this a chance to fade off it in the Chamic? And now another thing, too, here, Art. If you're Gold, you got to think about that red zone area. All it's going to take is if Peter can get to 4 cards, there's a chain in one turn right there. 5, or even 5, because you can just go to 5 to 1. Remember, power plays off. So 6 is going to be the number for Gold that Gold's got to look at here, too, with that power play. Peter, 1 card away from getting to 6, so he still needs to play 2 more. And he just plays it cool. Here comes Gold. What a series it's been. This has went the full distance. Now the ammo can start to break out right here if you're Gold. You're starting to sense that number. I think Gold's starting to sense it too here, Art.
Oh, he's sensing it. He's got his Spidey sense.
Gold,
My God.
We've been Spidey all night tonight, that's for sure. Here comes Gold. Taking time. Just calm it down. This is going to make the board. Short better have the all-time sheets and put this one on the board just like he did earlier this morning.
Oh, whatever. Whatever.
Oh,
This guy over here.
Oh my goodness, and that's a draw. I think, is that it from Gold? This is unmuted. That might be it, Art.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Don't tell me this read is right with the split ammo Arya style run for the finish.
And don't forget he still has his power play.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't have to, remember.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness.
You gotta be kidding. I had on the script.
Before the card play.
Always
you
before
gotta do it before the card play.
Nothing for Peter doesn't matter.
Oh,
now you can use it. Oh no!
Oh,
that's it.
Oh,
I was getting flashbacks to Super League, man, but it's not going to be the case.
Anticlimactic.
Oh man, really the only way you lose there would have been a +2. I mean, that's the only way.
Imagine.
It doesn't matter.
Wait, what? What? Oh. Okay.
1.
This is from 8 as well. There it is.
Oh my goodness! Good. Rainbow Skittles +2.
Yeah, that's the the only thing that could have stopped Gold was a +2. The problem is Gold has all of them.
Wait.
And now, you played a 5, and now it's your turn again. It looks like. Or wait a minute, no, you're in yellow.
Huh?
Oh,
sorry. My heart has been beating. I typoed that. I actually did a green skip.
Yeah, you did
see.
Green skip, green reverse. So it just played the 5. So the fact that no, this is great because the botched usage of the power play the first time saved your ass. That is crazy. That literally saved you.
Pounding. And also, I've been checking the weather. Very concerned.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I mean, that's it. I'm out of fuel. I don't have any.
He's out of gas. Casey's out of gas.
I can't believe I read that. You can't hear this. I was just thinking you're going to go back to a 2023 Aria, 2023 Gold. The one thing we have not seen, a classic Gold 7-8 bagger from downtown. Boom, there it was. Talk me through that last game and how you set that up with the draw city, because a lot of that had to be through patience.
Yeah, a good lot of that was
There it is.
with patience. Let me scroll the way back up to see what my starting hand was. Off the bat, I only had 2 of those +2s in blue and green. I had no way to get to yellow, and getting to yellow was my main concern. And so
There it is.
when it ended up getting to the blue draw city, it was like, okay, I just have to draw here until I can get something to make it work. And I did. And I almost blundered it, but through botching the power play usage, it actually was fine.
Unbelievable. We'll get back to you in a second. Art, sure, I want to tell you the yellow progression. I was just thinking that. I want to go to Peter here. I want to give him his flower. Peter, I mean, you fought like an animal. All night, you decided to go up 2-0, right, with the power play. I don't even think that was the wrong move. You had the advantage at 4-3. Sure, you didn't have a power play, but that last game, were you just trying to fight fire with fire off the start with the number efficiency, considering that top deck +4 saved you the first time, and you just couldn't connect anything after that?
It was serious number efficiency that game, and it was working. It was working at the start, and then the luck ran dry, and it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, if you're gonna lose, push it to the elimination. Give it all you got, and that's what I did. We were both Gold and I were due for a deep run, so and one of us had to move on. So it wasn't a hosing, it wasn't a wash. It was all out
No,
Uno
not at
for
all.
2 hours. So
Not even close.
you got to respect that. And Gold played incredibly well.
Peter, how do you
Also,
move
end of the game with 28 cards in my hand, still no wilds. Thought that's funny.
Absurd. That is absurd. That is
Yeah.
absurd.
Well, you get 4 regular wilds in one game, and you
Yeah,
get crazy +4 luck the first 2 rounds. It's got to run out.
absurd,
So
man.
Right. I mean, Peter,
I'm not stressed at all. Hey, now you don't have to have a scheduling headache either. So got that in your back pocket as well.
Make
I
it
mean,
of the
that was.
hosts. Hell yeah.
I've made it. With how 2024 went for me, back-to-back tournaments in the round of 16. I am looking forward to T4 because I think I am finally ready to strike once again. Only
you're
hope.
back, boy.
All credit to Gold, and they deserve a deep run with how they played it. That was awesome.
That's crazy. That's a crazy 28 bear. 28 cards. I'm just gonna go to Gold. Gold, you have never played Heat Check over here in the Pro Check art, just regular art now. What are you looking for to play art? Because I think you guys were supposed to play T3 in your run, but I think art lost to Vapor. So talk to me through that workaround. Never we got rematch. What were we thinking here against art? What do you expect? Because art plays a completely different brand of Uno, of course.
Admittedly, I need to do a bit of research on how Art's been cooking. I've been busy with finals, and so I haven't gotten that chance as much. But now that final season is over, I can actually get to looking at my future opponents. But I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it's gonna go like this, similarly, where we are dealing with a long game that goes to, of course, it'll be game 9, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 power play though. It's the only difference.
2 power play.
I think if we're going to game 9, I think both power plays are getting used by both of us. I'm already seeing it.
Oh boy, already here in for a long one. But
prepare yourself.
Hold on. Let me just take off this tie because now.
Oh my God!
Since now I know my opponent here, just want to be prepared for what I'm about to get myself into because really I've been wanting this sort of matchup. Yeah, I've been wanting something like this.
We'll get to that. We'll get that into the next round, which will begin. Now that Peter's got, I don't know if there's anybody left from the Indy now. I think everyone's gone, so it might be Friday. But regardless, let's go into the final schedule or final bracket. Pod here. And
bracket.
It will be hard getting the home game with a 13-14 elite. Are you entertained? I mean, these 2 people have been 0 wins. They get the 3. Someone's going to get their 4th and make a final 4. Like I said, the parity continues. We just continue with the parity. That's going to be it for that. For the boss, for Ard, for Fitzwater, for Short, I think I've done enough. I've used all my energy and a little bit of the power I didn't have earlier into this game. The power is out for tonight. We will see you back for what's going to be a crack show. Backstage versus The Rock. Oh my goodness.
This round is stacked. It's true.
The brands are back, baby. Backstage versus The Rock tomorrow. Control the Fade Super League versus Backstage Brad. Oh my God. See you tomorrow. Not prime time, but as close to you like. It's 7 o'clock sharp with the boss. Good night, everybody. This has been a presentation of MRE Division 1.